Here we are back in Vallejo, OZCAT Radio.
FM KZCT. I'll tell you, but we've got even something more special going on here. This is in promotion of their big show tomorrow night, right here at the Oddfellows Hall. We've got the fabulous members of the one, the only Mannequin Planet. And here they are. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, thanks for having us here. This is Sigan. I'm the lead singer. And we also got Dave Barrett.
Dave Barrett on live percussion and drums and vocals, co-vocals. And missing is David Rosano, who's our guitar player.
Amazing guitar player.
AOL, that's Mr. Lopez on the bass guitar. So we got a new album to promote. It's called A Living Statue in a Dying World. We're doing the big show in Vallejo tomorrow with Our Graves and PTYL versus Demon Cast and Mannequin Planet. Triple bill of gothic, industrial, rock and metal for you. And Mannequin Planet's first time playing in Vallejo, so I'm excited about that. And I just want to give a big thanks to Hugh, who I've known from the Reality Check days, and now he's doing the radio show. This guy has been a staple in the scene for a long time in the Bay Area. Even had some bands himself in the past, and this guy's super talented and always supportive of the Bay Area scene from past to present. So thank you, Hugh, for having us on your show today.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to bring new and exciting stuff to the kids out there in the OZCAT Radio listening audience. So tell them a little bit of the history of Mannequin Planet, how you came up with the concept, and where it all began.
Yeah, so me and a guy named Ron Graves, they started out this band in 2010, and our debut album was called Mannequin, and that is online. That would be a good band name itself, Mannequin. So we did the Mannequin record. We played shows around the Bay Area with that lineup. Then female singer left, then Ron took over on vocals, and it became more Static X Fear Factory, and that was called Insane Experiments EP. And then the other singer from Mannequin, the male singer, came back, and we did Sick of Monsters in 2016. And we've been playing shows in the Bay Area from 2010 to 2017. Some highlights were playing Slims with the Phenomenauts, opening for the Mentors at Eli's.
Ooh.
Opening for Jefferson Starship at the Haight Street Fair after winning the Battle of the Bands, coming out number 1 out of 25 bands, which was quite an honor. And yeah, it's been one hell of a ride. We got a new lineup now, and again, the new album, we're promoting A Living Statue in a Dying World, and we're just playing shows. We've already played Livermore, Oakland, Berkeley. We're playing Hayward coming up, Vallejo, Sunnyvale at the Quarter Note on the 26th, Hayward at Scott Dog Records July 12th, and July 4th with Shark in the Water, a great surf metal band. That's on July 4th at Good Time Tavern.
That should be fun.
More shows coming up, but the history of Mannequin Planet, we are the one and only future fashion movie band with robot mannequins, actors, models, dancers, and a fashion line. So we do modeling photo shoots. We have a fashion line with necklaces, hats, purses, ties, and necklaces. We have modeling photo shoots to incorporate the fashion part of it all.
I see how this is.
And we have actors in costumes similar to Guar and Alice Cooper.
Nice.
On stage telling the story of what the song's about. So we're basically like a music video band where we tell the story about what the songs are about. So I call myself the visual stimulator of Mannequin Planet because we bring LED laser light shows, confetti cannons, bubble guns, robot mannequins dancing to the music, also mannequins holding the TV screen playing movie trailers.
Wow.
So we are truly a multimedia extravaganza. And we're going to let Jen talk about time in the studio with Tom Gears. He's a producer, bass player, from The Furious and Blind Illusion.
Oh.
He helped us record the album. He's really talented, great sense of humor, and we're proud of that record. And you know, he's also done these AI music videos for us. So on YouTube, if you go to Mannequin Planet 2025, you can see new live footage. You can see the AI videos. Also 2 videos, one that Hugh was in, directed by George Anderson, called Bible Belter, and the other video called The Madman. All this is on YouTube for your viewing pleasure. And there's Mannequin Planet 2025, and also older stuff to look into on the Mannequin Planet, THE Mannequin Planet, all on YouTube. Again, hope everybody likes it and supports it. You know, it's very hard for local artists, but getting the word out there, thanks to guys like you for the support. And Jen will let you know more about all the stuff we've been doing lately.
Yeah, so as Dave said earlier, we do have a new album coming out, A Living Statue in a Dying World. We got some amazing friends that have actually joined us on that album. I'll keep that as a surprise.
Nice.
We do have an amazing intro to the album that's worth listening to before you even get into the actual tracks, and also an outro and a couple of like Easter eggs on there as well. And we did all this at Subterranean Studios over in Oakland. That's Tom Gear's studio. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome individual. Really super nice guy. Super patient and really insightful. Like, you know, there's things where we're recording and going, yeah, I think there needs to be something there. It's like, I have something for that. How about if we do this? Oh my God, I was thinking that too. Yeah, so he's awesome for all that stuff, for brainstorming, for recording. He's just been amazing to work with. Can't say enough good things about the guy. And, you know, honestly, good luck for his project Nefarious that's coming out.
Yeah.
And I think their show is over at the DNA Lounge on July 9th.
Ooh,
so,
nice.
yeah, I'm sure that's going to
July 29th.
Oh, July 29th. Yeah, so that's going to be a very packed show. Really, they had the small room booked, and then they've been selling so many tickets that they had to get the bigger room.
Nice. Nice. If you can move from the small room to the bigger room in DNA, you're doing all right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so Tom Gears, Mannequin Planet loves you.
Nice, nice. I
And-
love you too.
Even though we're an original band, we have one cover song on the album. It's Duran Duran Girls on Film. Because hence the actresses and the models in Mannequin Planet, we had to do the song Girls on Film to kind of pull it all together. And I think Duran Duran is the best 80s synth pop new wave band of all time. They're amazing. So there you go. All original, but one cover tune. Mm-hmm. The only cover tune we did in the past that never made it on an album, but we did it live, was Burning Inside by Ministry. So that, you know, we stick to originals, but every now and then a cover pops up.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice. An appropriate cover too. That's
Yep.
pretty cool. And I think they just came around recently, Duran Duran. They've actually been on tour doing the retro thing. So that's very cool. And it does that song does pull it all together. So that's very interesting. And yeah, you described that the live show is really where it's at. You've got an amazing extravaganza going on there on stage, and we're looking forward to that. And was there any specific inspirations that you had from your past, whether it's like, you know, movies, films, cartoons?
So many.
Oh,
Dave,
for
you
sure.
wanna go first?
Yeah, so I could say Mannequin Planet's basically take Burning Man, Pee-wee's Playhouse, and Andy Warhol's The Factory, and put it all together, and that's it. My apartment's filled with 50 animatronic mannequins all year round,
Jeez.
where we shot the video of The Madman.
Very
And,
maximalist.
I'm inspired by groups like Impotent Sea Snakes
Of
and
course.
Guar, and the Gun and Doll Show. You remember the Gun and Doll
yeah.
Show?
Oh, yeah.
And groups like that, you know, bringing the fun. I mean, how can you go wrong with hot girls in costumes ever?
You can't go wrong.
You know,
You
Infinite
definitely
Sea
can't.
Snakes. Like I said, show bands like Guar, Alice Cooper. I've always been inspired by this kind of stuff. And me and Sigan, we love John Waters movies, so
Oh, of
that's
course,
a big
of course.
influence of John Waters. And she likes the RuPaul's Drag Race. And
Yep.
we're into anything that's like show and costumey and all about fun and weird and unique and bizarre to go along with it, because I'm a big Salvador Dali fan. So Salvador Dali really exists in anything I put out as far as artwork for album covers or weirdness and uniqueness and bizarre stuff. So there
Yes,
you go.
indeed.
Yeah.
He was well known for that, both on and off canvas. That's for sure. Yes, he was very well known for that, and his haunts there in New York City and that. And actually knew a guy once. He was a protege of Dali, and he was a jeweler, and he made all sorts of crazy rings, and
Ooh.
skulls,
That's
and
cool.
little moving parts.
Uh-huh.
And he would take bird skulls and cast them, and he had a whole series of that stuff. And he was very well known in the East Village in the 80s.
Ooh.
And I had the fortunate, I was able to meet him and hang out with him, which
Oh,
was
wow.
very cool. But yeah, Dali has a lot of great influence, especially back in late 70s, early 80s for music
Uh-huh.
and bands. And it's nice to see that the legacy lives on.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that's a great influence that you got going on. There's you're hitting all the right notes on that stuff. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
think about it. I'm, kind of see myself as like a current Andy Warhol, because he was connected with Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground. So there's the music side. Then he was a photographer. I do the modeling photo shoots. He did his photography. He also had these trans actresses in that he was, Candy Darling and all those. So he was connected in, not limited to music, photography, film. So Mannequin Planet kind of takes all those elements, and you're a New York guy.
Yeah.
So New York, okay, I just have to say for the record, one of the greatest bands of all time, because of the movie Stop Making Sense, is the Talking Heads. It changed my life musically. A great New York band who pushes all the boundaries and kind of makes up the rules along the way,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you're not the only one that feels that way. I've had a couple of guests that's referenced back to Talking Heads
Oh,
and that particular concert movie too.
Yeah, it's
particular one.
just it's kind of, to me, the be all end all. Everybody says the Beatles and Zeppelin. I go, well, boy, the Talking Heads. You look at that concert; they kind of took all of that and really went somewhere else with it. But yeah,
Actually the last tour of Rush, they did the whole deconstruction thing too, where when you first got out there and they first started playing, they were playing stuff from like the last tour that they did, which was all like steampunky and that. And then as the show went on, they deconstructed the stage and what was behind them to, it started to going less amps and less props, and the stagehands would come on, in between the songs or even during the songs, and remove stuff until at the very end, it's just, they bring out like a basketball hoop and background look like a basketball court, like in a high school, and they play their first hit that they played when they were teenagers at their high school that they played at. So now you go all the way back in their origins to the very last song is their very first song there in the high school gymnasium. So sort of that evolving stage that Talking Heads came up with back in the day definitely influenced other bands, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. So
Yeah.
definitely that's a very influential film in that. So speaking of influential things, I hear you might have a little bit of musical entertainment to enlighten the audience with here.
Oh, yes. We thought we'd actually, bring Siggins' handy dandy laptop here to go ahead and actually share some of, just a song or two from the new album, actually.
Well, this is great because the kids out there want to find out what they're going to come to see tomorrow night at the Oddfellows Hall at 342 Georgia Street in Vallejo, California. Doors at 7, show at 8. And we'll tell you a little bit more about the opening acts, but of course, we always give you dessert first here on the DJ Human Show. We believe in sweets first before the meat. So, what have you got to entreat us with?
Well, do we want to go ahead and put on Magic Techno Opera?
Ooh.
sounds great. This is a mix between Imagine metal, guitar, opera, vocals, and
industrial
techno
beat.
industrial music.
Yep.
All right.
Pretty powerful.
Oh.
My favorite track off the new album.
And so to go ahead and share a little factoid about our first show over in Livermore at the Good Times Tavern. By the way, Lisa is an awesome show promoter. She puts on a really good show. Is we actually had people crowd surfing and hanging from the rafters in the patio of Good Times Tavern.
Wow.
All